Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Mother of grace, Mother of mercy, defend us from our enemies, and protect us now and in the hour of our death. Amen. The Curse of La Llorona, rated R.
Ah yes, the Conjuring spin-off. That's not a Conjuring spin-off. No, don't believe the rumors online. Oh, this isn't anything that takes place in the Conjuring universe, and then you see the film and you realize that, oh yeah, this is definitely from the Conjuring universe. So what was the point of even hiding it? I mean, the Conjuring universe is the most successful cinematic universe that Warner Brothers had at this point. So why even bother hiding it? But, with all that said, welcome to Time About the Movies, everybody. We are taking a look at the 4 films of April 19th, 2019, and kind of like with last week, we're starting off on a very sour note with a couple of bad movies, but we will end on a positive note with one good movie. So, let's talk about The Curse of La Llorona, or The Curse of the Weeping Woman in some markets. This is directed by Michael Chavez, who went on to become a prolific director in the Conjuring universe himself by directing the 3rd film, as well as, did he do the most recent one? I think he did. Yeah, he did the last one. He also did The Nun, too. Okay, he's gotten better as a director, because, yeah, this first movie, definitely not as good as it could have been. You have a mother, played by Linda Cardellini, in 1973 Los Angeles, who must save her children from a malevolent spirit trying to steal them. So, in other words, pretty much every supernatural possession movie you've ever seen. Like, literally, there's nothing different about this movie than other movies that we've covered, not just in the last 10 years, but this year in particular. The Prodigy is one of those movies where you have the same thing. Someone's trying to kidnap a kid, and a mother's trying to stop him. Like, there's nothing new or different in this particular movie. Even the scare factor in this is not good. And these movies, the Conjuring movies, are usually really good at doing some good legitimate jump scares, and this one, you can see why they didn't want the Conjuring universe name attached to it in the trailers, because, yeah, there's not that much in here that makes it work overall. So, I don't know. There is a sequel to this coming out within the next year, I think it is. I think, what was the name of it? The Return of La Llorona? The Revenge of La Llorona. Well, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. La Llorona. The Revenge of La Llorona. So there's a sequel coming out. So maybe they'll get it right in the second film. After all, they have done a pretty good job with sequels to the Conjuring universe spin-offs. Annabelle 2 was good, so was Annabelle 3. The Nun 2 was pretty good, so who knows? Maybe you just need a really bad movie to start it off, and then you go ahead and do another one, and you actually get free range to do whatever you want. So hopefully it'll work there. Maybe it won't, but we'll see. But yeah, there's not much more I can really add to this that hasn't already been said already. It's a pretty lame movie. It's not inventive, it's not scary, it doesn't have anything that makes the Conjuring films work overall. It's just not a good movie. But like I said, this director has gone on to make much better movies in the series, so it's a step in the right direction, so with that said, let's get to a movie that, oh boy, this one. Every once in a while we get a trailer that shows up on every single movie that you see. Like the studio is just begging you to go see this movie, even though you have no interest in it whatsoever. We have that happen with Pitch Perfect 2. We had that happen with Breakthrough. There was another movie we had it recently. I can't remember. I just literally told you the title of the movie. We had it with Pitch Perfect 2. We had it with I Feel Pretty. There was another one that I forgot. There was another trailer that, what was it? A Dog's Way Home, that's what it was. Yeah, we have these trailers that come by every once in a while where they just show up on every single movie. Like, the studio is forcing you, you're going to go see this movie whether you like it or not. And no, nobody ever goes to see them, and more times than not, they're usually fucking terrible. But then you get that one trailer that is so goddamn annoying and just bad on so many levels that, like, this trailer I'm about to show you makes Pitch Perfect 3... It makes, why am I forgetting the name of the movie I just mentioned? I Feel Pretty, and Dog's Way Home. This trailer makes those movies look better by comparison. No, we're going to dive into what makes this movie terrible. And I already told you the name of it, so let's finally delve into the horrors that is Breakthrough. This is scarier than The Curse of La Llorona.
Rise and shine. Breakfast is ready in 10 minutes. And don't make me come back up there. This is our town. It's a close-knit community, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone.
Hi, Miss J.
Hey, how are you girls? And we're always there for each other.
Nice sermon, Pastor.
What do you guys have on for the rest of the day?
Well, John has a basketball game.
Yeah, I've seen this guy hoop it up around here. This kid is so lit.
Oh, dear mother of God, that was awful. Like, we're not even 30 seconds in, and the cringe of this is setting itself in. Having Topher Grace saying, this kid is lit, is bad enough, but the way he says it is so awfully red. It's like watching a bad CBS sitcom character saying this, except it's moving too fast for the laugh track to come in, and because they were that ashamed of it. Like, if you were afraid of the scene choking badly, then why the hell is it even in the damn trailer? And then it's followed by the most generic music ever, and then it's followed by This Little Chestnut.
Text your mom tomorrow and tell her when and where to pick you up. And, don't do anything stupid.
So place your bets, how long until he does something really stupid.
Love you guys.
Boys, get off the ice!
We're training for the Olympics, sir.
And right there, you have no sympathy for this little kid whatsoever. First of all, he's on his phone not looking at where he's going. Second, why didn't the other kids fall in too? He was right there as the ice broke. The kids were all around him, and yet the other kids don't fall in. 3, and most importantly, I don't have any sympathy for this kid because it was his own fault. There's a thing in this world called Darwinism, and this kid obviously had to be eliminated from existence in the case of the greater good.
Cindy.
Yeah, your kid did something really stupid.
He's been underwater for more than 15 minutes. It's going to be a recovery, not a rescue.
15 minutes in, and it's already declared a recovery, not a rescue. I mean, I get it's supposed to be cold water, but I'm sure you can survive longer than 15 minutes. Or maybe not. I've just never been in that situation before, and I'm just going off just for the hell of it, because I hate this trailer, and I hate this movie.
I got something. We got him!
We've done everything medically possible. There's nothing more we could do.
Well, shit, toss him back into the river. He's done for.
No. Please, God, send your Holy Spirit to save my son.
Okay, I know the old saying is the Lord works in mysterious ways, but come on, man. How many movies have I seen where people do the same thing and yet nobody ever comes back from the dead? But hey, not for this kid. He's gotta live, even though he did something stupid to put himself in this situation. Based on the incredible true story that we just made up.
A 14-year-old St. Charles boy who spent 15 minutes trapped underwater is continuing to fight for his life.
I don't believe John will survive the night.
You don't know my son. He is a fighter. So I need you to be the best for John, and you just let God do the rest.
Or, just hear me out, let me do my job as a doctor and try to save your son, instead of letting God be the one that does it, because if God makes a mistake, then you're the one that's going to sue me because of medical malpractice.
You are my pride and joy. I can't wait to see you shoot those baskets and run up and down the court again.
The Smith family asked for one thing. Please pray for John.
This kid is lit.
In the water that day, I was ready to give up, but then I hear this voice telling me to go back. Either I'm nuts or God's talking to you. But I don't believe in God.
Because let's make Mike Coulter the obligatory atheist character in here, because why not?
I believe, but maybe that only goes so far with something like this.
I'm your pastor. I'm supposed to walk alongside you for as long as it takes.
Did you see the Facebook page? It's gone viral.
Really. The Facebook page is going viral because this kid fell in ice. This is going to be one of those movies written by people that don't know how this works in real life, is it?
Tommy,
I hope he's gonna be okay.
we're not gonna get through this alone. Whatever you have for me, for Brian, for John.
No, no, hell no. I'm sorry, but you cannot expect me to take this seriously at all. I'm laughing my ass off at how bad this looks. I surrender. Please just get me the hell out of this movie so I can go back to having a career outside of This Is Us. You know it's bad when I have to stop the trailer every couple of seconds to tell you how bad the movie is. This is a terrible movie. So, as you can tell, This is a story about a St. Louis teenager who slips through an icy lake on January 19, 2015, and was underwater for 15 minutes before resuscitation efforts were started. Although he was rescued, he remains in a coma, and his family must rely on their faith to get through the ordeal. And I'm sorry, I'm not showing sympathy for this kid whatsoever because he's got the power of God behind him. I'm not doing that. I'm not kidding. Fox crammed this movie down people's throats for months to get people to go see this movie. Like, they were building it up like it's an Avenger-style blockbuster, and it is not. This movie is just as bad as you think it is. Bland, forgettable. The characters are shock characters. The dialogue is terrible when there isn't emotional moments. The script is as predictable as you can get. It tries way too hard to be this whimsical, magical movie about this kid who needs to be saved because he's got the power of God, even though he did the stupidity himself. Like, I'm sorry. I cannot take that movies where I'm supposed to root for the idiot because, he's got the power of the Lord behind him. So what? I think if you've been a good person for most of your life and you don't treat people like shit, I think you've got a pretty good chance to go to heaven or something like that, but that's just my thinking behind it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not getting behind a movie where it's literally forcing you to pray for this kid because he did something stupid. Like, I'm sorry. I can't do that. I cannot do that. It's not that good. It's not a good movie. This makes this movie look like something straight out of Lifetime or Hallmark Network. And even those movies are butch by comparison to this garbage. Like, throw God in there and you got a movie for the big screen. This is terrible. This is absolutely 100% terrible. I hate this movie. I hate this idea. I hate everything about this film, from the characters to the story to the whole idea that if you believe in God, he'll survive. And it's just like, it doesn't work that way in life, unfortunately. Like, you can pray to God as much as you want to, but sadly, people have to die. Like, it's just the way of life, unfortunately. And, stupid people like this kid have to die as well. I know it's going to sound like I'm harsh, but I'm sorry. That's the cold, honest truth here. So now that I've alienated my entire audience on Breakthrough, let's try to get back on a much more positive note here, shall we? Let's take a look at the latest film from Disney Nature, celebrating their 10th anniversary, and that is Penguins.
For the past 10 years, Disney Nature has taken you around the world in search of the intensely personal and always magical stories of the remarkable creatures who share our planet. This Earth Day, experience the next chapter with a penguin named Steve.
Penguins are still popular, right? Guys, penguins are still popular? Anybody? I know Fox made that movie about Jim Carrey dancing with the penguins about 7 years ago. That's still popular, right? Please tell us it's still popular. We have a story. It's a coming-of-age story following an Adelie penguin named Steve, who joins fellow males in the icy Antarctic spring on a quest to build a suitable nest, find a life partner, and start a family. It's narrated by Ed Helms, and like I said, this is coming from the 10th anniversary of the Disney Nature property being born, thanks to films like Earth and Oceans and other films that were shown in that trailer, African Cats, Born in China, Monkey Kingdom, and yeah, this is basically just March of the Penguins again. I mean, it's literally just that. It's Disney trying to make their own version of March of the Penguins, which I can't remember if they had bought National Geographic at this point or not, but National Geographic made March of the Penguins. I mean, but yeah, the movie isn't bad at all. Like I said, these movies are not terrible. They just go back to what the old school Disney nature documentaries were like. But this movie really just didn't really do anything that wowed me. It was just kind of like, this is good. It's not terrible, but it's just like, we've seen this done so much better. Not just with March of the Penguins, but we've also seen it done with a bunch of scripted penguin movies like Surf's Up, Madagascar, Happy Feet. Like, those movies work. And there was the time when penguins were the big deal, but now it's just kind of like, okay, show us what else you can do here. I mean, yeah, you got some pretty imagery of some shots of the penguins walking in the wind and snow while the sun's going down, but we saw that in Happy Feet, and that was pretty good. I don't know, like, I like it, but it's just one of those things that I'm never going to really recommend to anybody to watch it out there. If there's literally nothing else, and if you've gone through all of the Disney Plus library, Disney Nature stuff is worth it, I guess. But this was also notable because this was the last officially released Disney Nature film in theaters because, of course, COVID happened a year later, and Disney had already launched Disney Plus, and so you can just put the documentaries on there. And, yeah, so So anyway, that's all for that one. That's Penguin. So let's go ahead and move on to our last movie from the director of It Follows, and more recently The End of Oak Street, Andrew Garfield in Under the Silver Lake.
What's going on? Lost dogs, humans, musical instruments. You think any of this could be connected to Sarah? Of course. That map is the key to everything. Seriously? Seriously. Our world is filled with codes and symbols hidden in Silver Lake to the Hollywood Hills.
Just find that girl you're looking for.
You know where she is? Ah! Come close, I think. Maybe there are people out there who are more powerful than us, communicating things in the world that are meant for only them and not for us. Yeah. Oh, you think that's weird? A little.
Which is a very weird movie, because it definitely doesn't feel like something from the same director as The End of Oak Street and It Follows, and yet kind of does. Mixed in with a little bit of the A24 for there, because they were the company behind this. So this is set in 2011 Los Angeles, where you follow a young man played by Andrew Garfield who investigates the sudden disappearance of his neighbor, Riley Keough, only to stumble upon an elusive and dangerous conspiracy. Here's a movie that definitely has Topher Grace in a much better role. You also have Callie Hernandez from La La Land, Zoe Mamet, Ricky Lindholm, Jimmy Simpson, Grace Van Patten, Sydney Sweeney's also in here as well. And like I said, it's definitely a movie that feels unusually different from the same director of It Follows, but that's what kind of makes it interesting with him in particular. He can make these different types of movies that don't feel the exact same way. Like, It Follows is clearly a horror movie. The End of Oak Street is clearly a Spielberg Amblin-esque action film. This one feels like it's trying to be more like The Nice Guys, well, the Shane Black or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which this is nowhere near as good as that, but it's still really fun. It's still really enjoyable, and it works because the performances are given their all, 110% in this. Andrew Garfield's great in this movie, and I do like the absurdity levels that this film takes overall. It's definitely a movie that's going to be a mixed opinion for a lot of different people, but I, for one, really enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was actually pretty solid, very funny, very creative, and you get to see Andrew Garfield showing what he can do best as an actor in general, so that's a win-win in my book. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about it. Under the Silver Lake. Alright, so that's going to wrap this episode of Time About the Movies up. Next time we meet, it's the last week of April 2019, and just like the year before, we're opening it up with the conclusion with an Avengers movie. The conclusion of the two-part storyline that began in Infinity War with Avengers Endgame. We'll take a look at that. Probably easily the last big theatrical experience that you could have before COVID-19. And, we'll touch on that. I'll talk about how it was when I went to go see the film. But not only that, because what I did with Avengers Infinity War the month before, we've had some new Endgame trailers come out since then. And let me just say, they're definitely new Doomsday trailers, I should say. Well, we've had an Endgame Encore trailer that came out this week too. But the focus should be on Doomsday coming up. But I'll tell you, those trailers that came out since the last time we looked at Avengers Infinity War, they definitely look a lot better than the first trailer that came out. So we'll take a look at that as well. We'll talk about that. It'll be another special edition here. We'll take a look at Avengers Endgame. That'll take up most of the episode, and I hope you will join me for that tomorrow. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and do me the honors of hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button. Also, don't forget to check out our playlist, and don't forget to check out the previous episode we did. So with all that said, whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care. Bye.